Welcome to Hot Cards presented by eBay. Tomorrow is the NBA Draft Lottery, so we're going to be doing a little draft lottery themed episode. Just because you get the number one pick doesn't mean you're going to get a good player. So today we're going to be looking at some of the biggest lottery busts of some of the teams in contention. So we're going to start off with the Detroit Pistons with Darko Milicic, probably the biggest draft bust of all time. He had an okay NBA career, but when you're drafted after LeBron, but before Wade, before Carmelo, and before Bosh, there's a lot of pressure on you. So let's see what he's going for on eBay. Darko Milicic, aka the Human Victory Cigar. First thing I see is a card with him, LeBron, and Carmelo Anthony in it. So people really expected him to be the real deal, and he just didn't happen to be that. So I want to look at like PSA 10 graded Darko Milicic cards. Somebody has it up here for $350. Now that would be an investment for somebody. I feel like you just have to be an extreme Detroit Piston fan or just from Darko's home country to even want to collect him. His nickname was a Human Victory Cigar. He won an NBA championship as a rookie. I want to see what they've sold for, because you can list it at any price, but I want to see what people are actually buying the Darko Milicic. So someone bought a Topps Darko Milicic rookie PSA 10 gem mint condition for $100. That's kind of, his auto card only went for $50. Like again, this has to be the same buyer over and over. It might be Darko himself. The one card I was talking about earlier that has LeBron and Carmelo together with Darko sold for $370. So maybe Darko is not a terrible investment if he's alongside LeBron or Carmelo Anthony. So now we're going to do the Minnesota Timberwolves. Their pick is top 4 protected. If they don't have a top 4, it goes to the Golden State Warriors. So Timberwolves fans are probably really hoping that they get some luck here. And they don't have the best track record when it comes to the NBA draft. And today I want to look at Derrick Williams. And the reason I am not a scout is because I thought that Derrick Williams was going to be nice. Like when he got drafted, I was like, that's a good pick. How many guys are 6'7", 6'8", can guard positions very well, and also shoot 50% from 3 in college? Like that seemed like a recipe for a good NBA player, but again, it ain't always that easy, and he didn't turn out to be much of anything. But I think he deserves a second chance for real. Let's see. Derrick Williams cards. I guess there's a NFL player also named as Derrick Williams, so I'm gonna have to go basketball. eBay makes it very simple to pick categories. Pick the categories you really want. Okay. This is what I kind of expected with Darko. You have Derrick Williams cards selling for less than $1. Less than $1. And this one is 1 out of 30 total. 1 out of 60 sold for $2. But he did play for the Knicks, you know, and if you play for the Knicks, they always say once a Knick, always a Knick. I don't know if that applies to him, but his rookie card, 99 cents. He has a gem mint card that sold for 23 cents. Shipping costs more than that. So that's enough for Derrick Williams. Move on to the Cleveland Cavaliers with, I think, is the biggest draft bust of all time, because this one, when I was paying attention to the draft lottery, when Anthony Bennett was called out to be the pick for the Cleveland Cavaliers, I think everybody looked at their TV and said, who? And we were right. I mean, he had a really good like summer league / preseason, and then he got into like the games that actually mattered, and took him very long time to even score 10 points in an NBA game. So his cards are selling for $1, about what I expected. But I want to see some graded cards. They have a 1 of 1. Okay, wait, a 1 of 1 card. Exclusive to only this one. 2014-2015 select autographed. $300. That's not too bad of a come up if you were ripping these expecting to get somebody else, but you got a 101 Anthony Bennett. And I feel like if you buy this card, it's mostly for the memes more than anything. Another guy for the Toronto Raptors is Bargnani. I am very pro Bargnani. He didn't have an amazing NBA career, but he had some really good moments, especially when he was with Toronto. I think he averaged like 20 points per game for an entire season. That's a very exclusive club. But when you're drafted first overall, you're expected to be a superstar, and he wasn't really that. I would expect these cards to be on the level of Darko when it comes to their resale value. Oh, wow. Okay, like I said, you can list it at any price. Someone has a 2010-2011 National Treasures logo patch for Darko for $1,500. I'm gonna tell that seller he is not selling that card for $1,500. There's no way. So let's go to where I've been going with where things actually sold at. And this is more like it. Immaculate Bargnani Relic Auto, number 32 out of 50, sold for $6.66. Don't really like that price, but it is what it is. And the rest of them are like $1 between $4. It's one with him and DeMar DeRozan on it. A young DeMar DeRozan, a young comp 10. I would buy this card for DeMar more than I would for Bargnani. I could have got it because it sold for 99 cents. We'll talk about the Bulls very briefly. We got some really good draft history in Chicago, but we didn't shoot 100%. We had a couple years back to back where we kind of wasted our lottery pick. I'm gonna chill on Eddie Curry because he's a Chicago legend because he's from there. So we'll go to Marcus Fizer of the 2000 draft. The 2000 draft was a legendarily terrible draft class, honestly. So I'm not even tripping that we drafted him 4th or 5th overall and he didn't turn out to be anything. And looking at his cards, he's not even in jerseys for a lot of them. He's in a suit. And that's basically his entire career right there. And they're selling for 99 cents. You can have the autograph for $5. Him and Jamal Crawford both signed the same card. That's $2.25. Jamal Crawford's one of my friends. I would have bought that card and just kind of cut out the Marcus Fizer part and just had the Jamal Crawford. Lastly, we have the Charlotte Hornets. I think I want to do Michael Kidd-Gilchrist because if you did not know, the Charlotte Hornets tanked more than any team in NBA history, had the worst record of all time because they knew that a kid from Chicago named Anthony Davis was going to be in that year's draft. And guess what? They didn't get the first overall pick. So they decided to select Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, and it didn't work out well. You see how his form turned out. He was always a very good defensive player, and drafting him, you thought that, hey, he'll be able to shoot the ball eventually. Then he spent 12 years of his NBA career and didn't. And then it's even worse because there was a guy selected right after him named Bradley Beal that actually is an all-star caliber player, still in the league to this day. And these cards, autographed rookie, $4.90. There's a little soft spot for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist in my heart because I watched a whole documentary about him coming out of the draft, and I was like, okay, I believe. And players like him are no longer getting drafted very high in the NBA. I mean, he is the reason why that's the case. Turns out, if you're a draft bust, your cards aren't worth much. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hot Cards. Be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're looking to get into the card game, make sure you check out eBay, the world's top destination for buying and selling trading cards.